Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, let's take a look at what Jamf Parent can do to really support parents when it comes to locking down that device when they're at home, if they need to make sure the device is completely blocked at the end of the day or for any periods of time when that device may be a distraction for the student when they shouldn't be using it. So I'm going to jump into the Jamf Parent application on my device here. I'm just going to access that UI. If you haven't seen it before, opportunity for you to allow apps, websites, etc. But we're going to look specifically at device rules here as a really quick shortcut to be able to lock down that device with just a single tap. Now it's going to take a little bit of setup. This is obviously going to be personalized to how a parent might want to do this. You may want to talk them through like specifics of like what apps you might want available, but we'll get into that in a second when we look through the process. So if I go into device rules, you'll see there that I've got some device rules already set up for things that may be really handy. One tap access, home learning, maths homework, social time, whatever it might be. Bedtime routines is also a nice one. We're going to look at creating a device rule specifically for complete lockdown of the device. So we'll go to create rules. We're going to choose an ad hoc one and we're going to make a custom one here. Now at this point, I'm going to choose which apps need to be available. Now, locking down a device completely may be useful, but also there may be times you just kind of want that device to be a single use. For example, having a calendar on there is quite useful for the child at any point to be able to just check, what am I meant to be doing tomorrow? Certainly bedtime routines, those sorts of things. Camera clock may also be another useful one. We'll just put this to one single app, but bear that in mind that parents might want to say, actually the clock is useful because they can set their alarm clock on it, etc. Calendar might be useful to check what they need to do the next day. I'm just going to put it for calendar for this example. And I'm going to tap next, give this a name, I don't know, let's just say lockdown. Maybe that's a little bit harsh to say, but you get the idea. And tap save. Now I've created that device rule. Now on the device from the parent's point of view, when they open the application, they tap on their child, they tap on device rules, and it's going to choose lockdown. Here they set the length of time. So let's just say they want to lock that down. They might want to lock down that for 8 hours. I'm just going to set this just for a couple of minutes, just for the sake of doing this demo. And tap start. Tap done. So a couple of taps. That's now going to send over that profile to the child's device. And the child's device is going to go into that, what we fundamentally are going to call lockdown mode. So at this point, you'll see that the child has accessed the calendar because that's the only app that they have access to. They can't get out of this. So I am trying, you can't see it, but I am trying to put the home button or swipe up from the bottom. Nothing's happening. They're locked into that application. So the device can be switched off to save battery. When it comes back on, they can open the device and it's just going to go back into calendar. Nothing else can happen until obviously the time has run out or the parent chooses to remove that device rule on the device. So really, really simple way to just get that set in place and give parents that opportunity to lock that device down to using nothing other than the app they've given them. So again, because you haven't activated Safari, they don't have access to the internet either. One tap solves all of the problems. So there we go. Simple way to lock down a child's device should you need to from a parent point of view.